This is a HeadGum original.
What happened the last half hour?
Just a series of unfortunate mistakes. Honestly, it's a miracle that I'm here, but you guys will never know the real reason.
You could tell us.
No, because it's like oddly personal.
Really? So why
It's
bring
like
it up?
incredibly private. But it's like, oh my God, if you guys knew the real story, you'd be like, holy shit, you got here.
Can you give us any hint? What do you mean
It's
it's incredibly private? It's more than just private?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's like globally private. And honestly,
That
that's
feels
saying too
less
much.
personal.
It's personal and it's private,
Huh.
if that makes sense.
But it
And
kind
it's
of
global.
it only lasted 18 minutes though.
No, way longer than that. That's the crazy part.
That's the crazy part? How much
Like-
longer before 10 a.m.? did
Like
it
my
last?
day started at like 8. And like the fact
Fine.
that whatever happened in 2 hours and 18 minutes is probably a world record.
How?
And you don't want us to know, or you don't want it to be
I
recorded?
can't tell you.
What does that mean?
Just everything got pushed.
It
you hear
sounds
me?
like you just don't want to explain why you were late.
And Luke is outside. I have to bring him back in. I'm not even done. Like whatever it is, I'm not done. The dog.
Oh.
Sounds like
I
you
knew
just
that.
like needed to let it.
I can still hear you.
What's funny too is that he was like, my day started at like, and he thought of the earliest possible time.
And he said
Fucking 8.
Oh my God. He's been up for so long.
This episode has to go out tomorrow.
Oh.
Are we acknowledging how early it is and how different all of this sounds first thing in the morning?
Yeah.
8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Day after Christmas.
Oh. It is earlier than normal, but that's why we got to bring that certain faith, not energy, faith that the next 40 minutes or so will go well against all odds, against all Brad's efforts.
Did you know that the song you played
I was just going to say,
and Faith,
George Michael.
you
that's
picked the wrong
right.
song. You feel stupid.
Because
I guess
gotta
you could
have
say
Careless
have faith.
Whisper.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, nice. We're going to get into some shit. All right. Here's what I realized over the holiday weekend.
Holiday.
Weekend.
Any weekend's a holiday if you take Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off.
Were you traveling?
I was fucking floundering is what I was doing. More
He was
than
ignoring
traveling.
my texts. I sent him a
That's true.
text.
One text.
You also
There were so
texted me
many
at
Slack
5:10 a.m.
messages.
Still
Where were
ignoring
you?
it.
I was in fucking New York. It was 8:10.
Were you just in New York? Then you flew back, and then you flew back to New York?
It was for you want to talk about personal matters. It was for a personal matter.
Well, love to know.
Dish.
It's for a memorial.
Right, sorry about that.
Fart
then I was
sound
back.
effect.
Got it.
So bad. That was so
10 a.m.
bad.
8 a.m.
Wow.
It's 6:30 in the goddamn morning.
It's not.
Really?
Yeah, it's 10:21.
It's still early for the show. Usually, this is really an afternoon show. This is like
Yeah.
4 p.m. so that everybody can go have a drink afterwards. Am I right, Brad?
Yeah, we
Am
all need
I
it.
right, Brad?
How many cold brews have you had today?
I had a leftover one, and it's from here to here.
That's
I,
it.
I will say, Amir, this isn't, it's not a big deal, but I feel like if you were on time, his energy would have been completely different.
I think
Yeah,
it would have
he'd be
been
like-
peaceful. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
It would've been
so
sour.
antagonistic right now.
He's acting out. He's acting out. And I don't know if he's hangry or crangry, which is cranky and hangry, but something is not correct.
I thought it was cranberry and hanker, so I'm a hankering for cragoo, which is cranberry ragu.
And you have a UTI.
That's absolutely correct. So that's why I'm having red sauce Italian, but the red is cran.
Yes, yeah.
Uh,
Crayon. The red is crayon.
The red is crayon. And my shirt is rayon. Uh,
That's bad.
what'd you guys do last weekend for the holiday? Or not? Because it could have been normal. It could have been you having faith, that this episode
What do you
would
think
happen on
last
Thursday.
weekend was? Like,
fucking
there was no holiday weekend.
Frenzy.
It was like so long ago, also.
Yeah,
It
it's
was a
Thursday,
goof.
man.
It was a fucking
September
dance.
4th, you mean?
It was
Labor
a
Day?
delicate balance. No! September 15th, 16th, and 17th. And 18th, 19th, 20th. If you took those days off.
You didn't take those days.
What
off.
if we didn't?
Then how was your fucking normal ass weekend? Which is less interesting, by the way. It's way more interesting to say, why weren't you in work from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Didn't Limp Bizkit cover that song?
Cause I gotta have faith. Cause you gotta have faith.
That's enough.
If you don't like me at my best, you won't like me at Fred Durst.
What are you?
Basically.
No,
if
not
you-
basically. What are you? Because it's not normal.
I thought that was pretty par for the course.
Par for the course, for sure.
Yeah, a pun about like Limp Bizkit seems like
It's sort of
up
like
my
in line,
wheelhouse.
like if you were going to write for the
Yeah,
show,
exactly.
that would be in your packet. Because you have to kind
Right.
of imitate the host's voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, the dog's going barking.
What about
but that's-
Durstkoosh?
That's I don't know what that
Can I
is,
fucking
but that's
finish?
par for like the.
Durstkoosh.
We're now back on a Zoom, back
'Cause
in
what
the
it
like
would
pandemic
be-
style.
Is a fucking rabbit bratwurst.
Okay. Do we have to translate to everyone who doesn't live near downtown LA now, or we just leave that reference for everybody to not understand?
No, I got it.
Anya, take
Okay.
it away.
I literally don't got it.
And she lives in LA, so 99% of the people won't
I
get
have
it.
no idea what he's talking about.
It's a miracle that Brad knew what we were talking about.
This is fun, huh?
Not
There's
really.
a hot dog place called Worst Cooch in downtown, and they sell like weird or exotic animals as sausages. For example, rattlesnake and rabbit. So
Yo.
Jeff said Durst Cooch, which is Fred Durst
Right.
version of this specific
This
sausage.
this part
place.
I've now got. Yeah.
But the sausages are. Oh, Brad,
Are
what
they
is
good?
on in your old CRT TV?
It's the haunted mask. Goosebumps.
Okay. And that's not just
Brad
a
is
mix
living a
between The
lifestyle
Mask and the Haunted
none of us
Mansion.
could ever touch.
Not really. I mean, he has that shelf from IKEA that everyone owns.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it is from IKEA. Everyone owns it because it's a low cost and decent craftsmanship. It
For
does
sure.
the job that I
I'm
needed
just-
to do, which is holding stuff on it.
It's
You're
a
always
great
talking
piece.
about
No, it's a great
the
piece. I'm
background of
just
my
saying
office.
that
Every
it's
time I'm
attainable.
on this show, you bring it up. And
Anya
I tried
said-
to make it better.
Anya
I
said
tri-
Brad is
I
living a life none of
tried
us can
to
understand or
improve
imagine.
The background.
I
Jeff.
said
tried
I could
to
have that
clean it up, make
background.
it a little less.
I could have that
cluttered.
background in a week.
And Amir,
In
what
my
do you think?
defense, I was mostly talking about like waking up in the morning, choosing a VHS, popping it in.
You want
It's
to talk about an
nice. It's
unattainable life?
relaxing.
I think that's not. Mine
It's
wasn't
not
derogatory.
unattainable.
That
No,
It's $40.
But what I want to talk about is Anya attainable, which is actually unattainable. Because look how many candelabras she has. I only have 3, right? She has fucking
That's
8.
still a lot. That's 3 is still a lot.
Original painting, she said, from a gun store. We should
That
say.
also sells honey.
Yeah, I used to live in the country. That's where you.
Wait,
that's
that's
where
a,
you get
that's a
art.
new that's a new background for Jeff. Are you at home or are you somewhere else?
It's not a new background. I put up art between the last time you were on the show and now. You haven't been on the Zoom episodes that we've done. You haven't watched the episodes. Thanks a lot, by the way. Because in all the ad reads, you've seen the gallery wall that I put up. It's all fine. It's all there.
So this is your place in LA.
'Cause you gotta have faith.
Faith.
Brad, what's
What
Brad,
about
what's it?
careless rice paper?
That's got legs.
So you're like making, I don't know.
That's got legs.
Brad
I
has
want-
to say that as your subordinate. By the way.
that it has legs.
I'm his sub.
Careless rice paper.
Let's work on it. Let's workshop it.
There's
feel
no
like-
bad ideas in the
Come on,
Zoom.
yeah. What else?
Yeah, but
Careless
like,
what
we
would you
out
use
of-
rice paper for?
Jeff, this is an A and B, Amir and Brad conversation.
Yeah, so
Could also
and
be
G
Anya.
Anya.
And Anya.
Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just
G,
forgot I was
why
here.
don't you Jeff your way out
G,
of it?
why don't you get out of here, basically?
G. C.
Yes, exactly.
I would propose you've got to have rice. Is easier.
That's good. That's
It's
got
just
legs.
It's an easier win.
Because you gotta have rice.
Rice.
It would be because you gotta burn rice. I started to hop in here.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause you
char.
gotta burn rice.
Char.
rice.
Grains.
Yeah.
Boiled
That's to burn it or
grains.
something.
Grains.
I did. I was looking at like a cereal box ingredients, and
Okay.
it said the first ingredient was parboiled rice,
Uh,
parboiled brown
No.
rice,
No.
and I laughed
believe
for
you.
about an hour and a half.
What cereal?
Or no, maybe it wasn't cereal. It was like rice chips or something.
Yeah, maybe it was a
It
cereal.
was actually just a bag of rice.
It was actually just parboiled brown rice.
Yeah, that was the
didn't-
ingredient.
It didn't say that on there anyway. It just kind of was.
No, I do want to get to something.
Huh.
I feel like this show has strayed maybe too far away from what it was originally, which was like an in-house movement in a way of like the inner workings of the network, you know, like asking people how things were going from the inside out, how whether or not they were being turned thus. So I thought we could all talk about what's going on at the network for real. Right?
Energy just took such a nosedive.
Was it?
Does
because
anyone
I-
here actually know? I feel like we're not really involved.
Well, the new studio, for sure, is a big, newish thing.
In the
Yeah.
studio?
It's
Yeah.
sort of a thrown together, pieced together, threadbare visage. It's a desert mirage.
Thank God Anya's not on the Zoom because she would be really upset that you said that.
I would be.
I didn't
think
know
it
you were
looks
that
great,
involved.
Anya.
Instead, we
No,
have
I would
Anya
be.
Zero on, her alter personality.
Yeah, who loves Jeff and doesn't
It's
and is
more-
fine with everything he says.
Dark
Yeah.
Anya.
Wanya.
Dark Brandon.
Anya Sykes. I really didn't know you were involved with that studio.
Why?
Do you
That's
what's my
exactly
title?
her purview.
Producer, studio
Right.
manager.
Yes, exactly.
You
Who
know,
did you think was involved?
fucking a producer on the recap
Fucking
show.
Peter.
Who?
I don't know. Someone unknown to me, unbeknownst. It looks fine. I just wanted to like say it looked bad because that feels better than giving praise. It's always easier.
Did you
to...
prepare questions about
Yes,
what's going on?
I
Okay.
did.
Let's hear them.
It's more like based on y'all's individual performance, but I thought it would be a springboard to talk about further issues.
Fair. Fine with me.
What goals / deliverables are y'all least proud of?
What goals am I least proud of? Probably growing and monetizing the network because it's very shallow.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So the goal
Not
is to
really.
grow the network.
Yes.
But he's not proud of that.
I just haven't quite seen that happening from your ass in the last year.
Really?
2021
I think we've
was
added
great.
some pretty big shows, yeah.
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 Brad, what goals and deliverables are you least proud of?
I don't know. Increasing ad revenue.
You should be proud of that, though. That's
yeah,
like how
you're
everyone
right.
gets money.
Yeah, I should be proud of that, and we are doing well. I guess I do have a lot to be proud of. Thanks.
Really, really good answer from Brad. Anya?
Thanks, man.
I'm gonna go with deliverable. I'm least proud of.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to save the company money and I bought a less good gaff tape. Cost half as much as the good one. It was by Tape King. We do not want it. No sponsorship from Tape King.
Drag them.
It left like a film on all of the cables and stuff that we taped down. So
That's
we're
pretty bad.
pro gaff
Yeah.
tape users now. Pro gaff.
You know
Would you-
double-sided tape?
Sorry,
This
so
was
I'm-
zero-sided
So-
tape. It was a ribbon.
Yeah. So to answer your question, kind of saving the company money, buying a lesser quality tape, that's my big humiliation 2023.
Would you say that's your biggest gaffe?
I would. I should have said. Yeah. Is that the kind of stuff you wanted to hear about?
Moving on.
Moving on, yeah?
What can I do to help
So
you
much. Okay. So
better
much.
meet your goals?
Yeah.
We
it
don't
seems
have time
This is the
to
real,
get through it.
Respond.
the real
stuff.
crux of the episode at this point. Don't ask us about our goals
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
It's mostly just the
It's only
part,
question
probably.
2. You saying it's the crux of the whole fucking thing?
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
the big
This
one.
is a warm up.
And
this
we
is
might
a
as well
Bare
gimme.
minimum.
We could stop recording and kind of like really get into it. If you're opening the door for that.
Maybe. we gotta take a break just because the show keeps selling out. The show keeps selling out / ads. Guys, I want to tell you about a podcast that I think you're going to love. It's called See the Thing Is, and it's hosted by Grammy Award-winning R&B artist Bridget Kelly and media personality Mandy B. Every week, Bridget and Mandy offer grown, honest, and slightly toxic perspectives on all things music, pop culture, and of course, dating and relationships. Ideally, dating in LA. Do you have a hard time finding new music? Are you a millennial who misses what life was like in the aughts? Are you interested in multiple perspectives on relationships and dating? Are you interested in a non-male bashing podcast that holds all sexes accountable? See the Thing Is a podcast that allows space for a wide range of thoughts and emotions. Most recently, the ladies have sat down with Ari Lennox, Big Freedia, Remy Ma, and Neo. So I would recommend checking out the Neo episode. Join Bridget and Mandy every week as they update you on everything going on in the world with their polarizing hot takes. Subscribe to See the Thing Is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or on YouTube. New episodes drop every Tuesday and Friday. Check it out.
You simply have to turn it down. Okay, here's the thing. I have to use my ears to edit audio.
That was easy.
Jesus, man.
We are back. We're so back. The show is on another level all of a sudden.
I have like
The
a
new
metallic taste in my
soundboards.
mouth.
Really?
Yeah, like I feel like I'm dying.
I taste metal. We have new sounds. We have new energy.
Why are they turned up so high?
That's it. They're not turned up to any degree. That's just what they're mixed at.
You can't
what they're
adjust
exported
the
as.
levels on them?
What do you want me to? No, because if I download the sounds and then I like bring them down, it'll still be peaking just at -6 dB, right? So it'll still be grating to hear. It'll still be good
It won't
to
be
have.
as
Yeah, but it won't be as loud.
So what? Grace is gonna mix it down at some point.
That's actually worse because I feel like people don't understand why we're having the reactions we're having. I watched an episode recently where we're all
show.
like, and everyone must be like, what is wrong with these people that they can't handle
You
things
got to
coming into
talk
their
to
head at
Ferris
once.
Manchi. I mean, he revolutionized the bringing down of the levels that were high when it was recorded.
He left because he didn't want to work on your show anymore.
Really?
Yes.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
Was it because I made a song parody about pegging him?
That didn't help. For sure, it did not help that.
But actually,
Yeah.
to answer your question from earlier, you shouldn't do things like that.
I shouldn't, talk about having or halving other employees.
Next segment. I think next segment time.
Just because there's 2 ads,
Yeah.
What jobs, responsibilities, and tasks do you guys enjoy most? And what do you least enjoy?
You're looking at it, baby.
But you're all
And for least enjoy?
It's just gonna be so hard to go back to work. Like, no one's gonna understand why the 3 of us are the way we are for the rest of the day. I have to go into the office, and people are gonna think something bad happened to me.
I think if you just say I did the Headgum podcast this morning,
Yeah,
I
they'll
think people will be
understand.
like, "Oh, got it."
I did the Headgum podcast this morning. Amir was 10 minutes late, and that set Jet off in a way that I've never actually.
Anya, do you
threw a
think you'll go into the
table.
office?
I mean, it's free lunch day. What am I gonna not go in?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
What are we thinking? Has there been a Slack message about it?
No, and it always
Maybe.
happens like right at the last minute. And usually I'm kind of like driving in at that moment, hoping to get the free lunch.
Hoping
Yeah.
it's Needle.
Oh God, if it was Needle, I would be leaving this fucking podcast instantly.
I'd be on a I'd be
To
on
be
a,
early.
I'd be on a fucking plane.
To get
should
churn
be.
fun.
Sorry?
Sorry?
Churn fun. Sorry, 1 second.
It's okay. He said that twice, and now a monster made out of noodles showed up as an text house.
What do you think we should have, Brad? It's never up to me.
Um,
My choices get voted.
I don't know. It
down.
seems like Erewhon is thrown out a lot. I've never been to an Erewhon before, but it just seems overpriced.
It's not even good.
I really liked. I did stop at Needle last time I was in. I enjoyed it.
You had
quite a
to,
bit.
because you were like,
We
why is Amir
also-
talking about this all the time?
Yeah.
But it's hard to eat there by yourself because you want to get a bunch of stuff and share.
Yeah,
Or
I
you can
stopped-
just get one dish.
there's a food truck, right?
Oh, Simone.
Oh, yeah, that's what I stopped at. I didn't stop at Needle.
That's right.
Oh, you
So
got it.
different
Simone,
than
the fish
Needle.
taco place.
Yeah.
You got a fish taco.
Yeah.
I got
Those
a
are great, right?
I got ceviche, actually. It was awesome.
Those are good.
And so this is all in response to what responsibilities and tasks do you enjoy most? We're talking
No, the
about
answer
a
is
fucking
this.
noodle dim sum place.
Sorry, where'd
This
you
is
go,
why
Jeff?
we're hemorrhaging. What's that?
Where'd you go?
The management company of this building is trying to. I think they're trying to sell the building, so they're doing an inspection follow up. Actually, They've
You're
been inside my
you're
apartment
getting
so many times.
evicted right as you put up a gallery wall. That's
Now
here's
that's
the thing.
viral content.
Here's the thing: if they sell the building, they have to pay us to leave. So
But you just got in. That's
and,
worth it to you, though.
and I'm gonna make out with a bunch of cash. Yeah. Ideally, 12 grand. I would take 12 grand for sure, but I'll take as high as like 500,000.
Do you guys know
As
about
high
cars?
as 500.
What's that?
Do
Oh.
you guys know about cars?
Like the
No.
Disney Pixar movie?
Or the
Like
concept.
my car's in the shop and they're texting me about it, but I don't know how to
Oh.
respond. I thought
You
guys
say
would have some
nice.
expertise.
That's awesome.
Put
No,
the
they
grease
have,
to
like-
the wheel, brother.
They have questions for me, and I don't know exactly.
Okay, so like read
What to
out the
say.
questions that they've asked.
Hey Amir, I was just told by the production manager that it looks like it's time to
Hey.
replace the main.
That's my job. We have the same
the
job? That's
car.
crazy.
Yeah. No, so
Looks
I'll
like
be.
it's time
I'm
to-
being you. I'm
so-
being you is what you should text them back.
Yeah.
So start
Well,
over.
I haven't
start
finished
over.
the
Start
text.
over.
I was just told by the production manager that it looks like it's time to replace the main battery.
Looks like
Not enough Yeah,
Looks
not enough
like it
juice
for
to
sure.
run. Not enough juice to run
It's
the
not done.
calibration on your car. Do you want us to
Can't even
replace the battery
pronounce
out
it.
of pocket? And if you want dealer battery or aftermarket, please advise.
Let's go top of the line aftermarket. And can Daddy get a discount?
Dealer battery is $275. Aftermarket battery is $195.
Who would say 275 in this world?
I don't know, because like maybe
I guess
aftermarket
Marty.
batteries aren't good or something.
Just go
Marty
with
would
the
definitely
dealer.
get the-
Go with the cheaper option. Battery's a battery.
Aftermarket.
Yeah, battery's not the thing you need to be built by the fucking manufacturer.
They're
There's some great
charging
batteries.
extra.
They're giving you. This is like actual advice. No one's even making jokes.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
want
most
to
boring
see if
episode
it's
we've
the
ever done.
same. What's that?
Most boring
Sorry.
episode we've ever done
Well, it's actually helpful.
for you.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
let's
good
move
for
on.
me. I asked if it was going to be done on the same timeline or if like the one's in stock and the other one
No,
will
because
have
you
to
see what
order.
happens here is like this is why I'm always like it's a fucking Sisyphusian task hosting the show. People like to think it's a Sisyphusian task to a guest, but I'm like working up against your guys' asses, right? Because you were like
You're pushing us up by
say
by
that,
our
yeah.
asses up the
because
hill by our
Amir
asses.
was like, oh, like do you guys know anything about cars? And it's like, oh, here's a new topic, and then he's like. And then I try to
leaving.
turn it into a bit. I try to be like, read out the texts from the dealer, and I'll respond as you. And I try to make
Fully
it
gone.
funny. And then instead, Brad responds honestly. Anya responds honestly. Amir just powers
didn't.
through, doesn't respond at all in a funny way. Like, is this a comedy podcast or is this an advice podcast? Because I have a lot of advice to dole out to other people on how to be good.
How to be good.
I think it's a comedy podcast, not an advice podcast.
So why don't you give me something to fucking work with? Let's give me something to talk about.
He did.
How about faith?
Faith.
What do you like least about your current role, and when?
Amir.
Is that your answer or are you telling me to talk?
Both.
Both,
That's her
yeah.
answer. Moving on to you.
I guess I don't like administrative Zoom meetings where I'm not being as creative. I'm being more like managerial.
He's talking about this one.
I also don't like telling people no if they're like, we want to be on HeadGum. This is our show. And we obviously can't take everybody's podcast. So a lot of times, not me personal, but I will.
Yeah, we have to,
will,
like,
as a network, have to let people down.
We have to divert as many resources as possible to this show, so it's like we have to say no to people with.
I was gonna
Talk about
say.
some dead battery. This show is basically draining us.
You're a dead battery of a man. You're empty.
Look, I'm holding Jeff. Uh-oh, another Jeff.
Oh, there's two of them.
Guys, I'm holding two Jeffs right now.
It's not possible. I'm one of a kind.
I was just joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't land as a joke. It landed as that's how you really feel.
It's,
And that's
can
not
be
gonna-
both.
Brad, just one second. I appreciate your support in this moment. though.
I'm not supporting you at all.
Amir, that hit me in my archetypal center in a way I might not recover from.
I don't think you're using that word correctly.
I don't think so either.
I think
I
I,
think it was
appreciate
right.
the support from you, Anya, but it's
Way
really
and
Amir
below.
and me in this moment. That wasn't all right with me, man. It's not cool with
that's
me,
fine.
man.
I don't care about you, dude.
I like it when you kind of smile, but like you bring that energy to the podcast, and it's not at me, it's at
That's
Brad
what I'm
or-
doing right now. Yeah. I'm sacrificing you for the better good of the show.
My least favorite thing about my role is that I don't get to be there with you guys.
Then move.
He can't look at all that stuff again. It would take forever.
Straight to
I got all this shit.
What are 2 to 3 things I could do to differently / better manage you?
You don't.
Say that again.
Anya said,
Speak to that a little more.
Can you guys sort of wax about that? Speak on it, King.
So that would actually explain a lot if you thought you were our manager the whole time.
Is that
would
not
explain,
true?
That's not true.
It's not true. And it would explain why you think it's okay not to respond to like our Slacks and texts and emails.
Yeah, but like, hosts, right? They're usually like the fucking boss.
No.
Jimmy Fallon paying all of his writers, right? Drew Barrymore.
You are making good connections. Like if you're like anyone at HeadGum, you're the Jimmy Fallon of this place.
Maybe
Yeah,
not.
people say
in
that you're the
terms
Jimmy
of,
Fallon of HeadGum.
yeah, I have
Yeah.
heard that.
Yeah,
People are saying
except,
it.
I sort of bring joy instead of like alcoholism.
You're like the sober Jimmy Fallon.
That's worse. That's worse because he has that, he's struggling with something. You're saying I'm fine and I still create a toxic environment?
Well, we didn't say
Yes.
you're fine.
Amir, I really appreciate the support.
Why? I haven't said anything to support you.
Silence is complicity.
Silence is faith.
Silence is felicity.
That's good. What about
Jeff's not old
complicity,
enough to know
Huffman?
what that is.
Do you even remember how big of a deal it was when Felicity cut her hair, or were you like 4 at the time?
I don't know what year that was.
Exactly.
So I don't know what.
Anya, tell his ass.
I think it was like season 3 of Felicity.
So when was that?
Carrie
like
Russell
1999?
cut her hair. Her hair kind of looked like Jeff's, and then she cut it, and she looked bad.
It was a big deal. What
Season
year was
3
that,
would
do you think?
that would have been 2001, so I would have been 4.
You guys remember the
remember?
Rachel?
Oh my god, I had that. I had a bob with layers from my barber Bob, and he basically gave me
contained
the
layers.
Rachel before
He's a
7th
really
grade.
like multi-dimensional.
He opened up
guy.
over
He
years.
had layers.
/ beers.
Can I get the Rachel? Says Amir.
All right.
Who would we be? Who are we on Friends?
On Friends?
I mean, I'm
love
obviously
this game.
Chandler, right?
No, you're
No.
Joey.
No.
Joey.
Because you're a
Joey's like
fucking idiot.
A ladies'
A
man
bumbling
who eats a
fool.
lot.
Yeah, you're housing cran
If
red
anything, I'm
sauce.
Ross, but I'm probably Chandler.
You're like a
No.
Ross Chandler hybrid.
I think you're Joey.
Great.
Who's Joey?
Jeff is
Brad?
Joey. He's a
I think
dumbass.
Jeff-
No, you're a
Yeah,
dumbass.
he's a bit of a Joey.
No, Joey would think someone else is the Joey when he's the Joey.
Jeff,
yeah, but Ross
honestly,
wouldn't even show up to the record.
Jeff is
I'm-
Mr. Heckles, the neighbor that died in season 1.
He's an ugly naked guy.
I mean this so sincerely, not even making a joke. Jeff, you would be Phoebe.
No, I'm Phoebe.
That sucks.
No, Phoebe's great.
You know it's
No.
Jeff. I don't think that's. This is none that I had no negative or positive connotations.
Yeah,
he
Jeff
listens
is a bit
to
of a
the
Phoebe.
Grateful
Because he's
Dead.
spiritual.
Don't ever speak on me or my faith. It's not really faith though.
I have a question.
Why?
How come you haven't done any of your regular segments today?
That's fine.
What
Okay.
about Bond of the Week?
Do you want to do Bond of the Week? We can fucking make it up as we go, but it's fine. I don't know. I think
Make it
sometimes
up as
when
we
you
go, but
disrupt-
usually we plan this
Something
out.
We generally
I just
always
feel
do.
like sometimes like you need a disruptor week where we don't do any of the normal stuff. Truly, I was laying awake nights this weekend, this holiday weekend, being like, we haven't actually talked about the network for years, right? We haven't done a State of the Gum. We haven't done a.
Is that a thing you used to do?
Yeah, you don't even know what it is because we stopped doing it before you started here 2 years ago. So let's.
Are people asking for it back though?
People within the network, specifically Marika.
Sound off below. Do you want State of the Gum back?
And smash that like button while you're at it.
That's a good point.
And subscribe.
What's actually
Yeah.
happening in the
Share it
network?
with a
Let's talk
friend.
about the recap show.
Turn on
Let's
notifications.
talk about the fucking recap show. Sorry.
We're
I appreciate the
contractually
support,
not allowed
Anya.
to talk about it.
What does that mean? It's out. It's all out.
So then what's there to talk about?
Yeah, let's talk about another show on this podcast.
Yeah, like go watch that show, I guess.
Just fucking plugging other things on the network, trying to like foster cash and
Well,
growth.
technically, that's not a HeadGum
Foster
show. We
cats
helped produce
is
a
what I
show
heard.
for Re-Ing.
So what's the most exciting signing recently to HeadGum and not some bullshit that Katie put together?
Bullshit.
No,
Whoa,
she could
man.
pull the plug on you so fast.
Really?
She signs your checks, babe.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that.
Good
She
ass.
holds
She'll
your
never hear
fate.
that because she doesn't listen to this show.
True, but I
Exactly
will.
right.
I'll
Might
play.
send you
I'll
the
play it for her.
timestamp.
Yeah.
No, because she sort of holds my feet to the fire on a weekly basis,
Yeah. Yeah.
whether she
does.
reaches out or not. Because when she doesn't
She wants
reach out,
nothing to do with your
sometimes
feet.
yeah, it hurts harder.
We got some exciting new developments happening in October, but I don't want to say them yet because this episode comes out Friday, September 22nd.
Comes out in 12 hours. Anything
Does this mean
exciting
you have to
happening in the
spend a
next
lot of
12
time?
hours?
Yeah.
We have
Jeff,
a
are
new
you going to have a
show-
busy time editing this right as soon as this ends?
I don't think anything's gonna get cut so far. It's all been, at the very least, bronze. If not,
What about that
silver.
one thing you said?
That's gone.
The other thing
So
you said.
something is gonna get cut.
Nope.
We have a new show called Foosballs.
Oh, yeah, the fantasy football podcast.
Yeah, so if you're into
Fantasy football.
betting on sports,
Sounds awful.
Come on, man.
No,
It's great.
I appreciate it, but
it's a great show. If you're into betting on sports,
Amir likes that. That's why this show that has probably, I mean, how many listeners does it have? 400?
this show.
Yeah.
The HeadGum podcast?
No, Foosball.
Oh,
Balls.
Probably more than the HeadGum podcast
Yeah, definitely.
because they have
Really?
like funny hosts and famous guests
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Ads have
Paul
been
Shear was
fucking-
on this episode.
Yeah.
I could get
Ads have
Paul
been
Shear on this show.
Flying off the
Good.
shelf.
can you imagine wasting Paul Shear's time with this show?
I could easily
Jesus
get Paul
Christ. I
Shear.
couldn't live with myself.
You can't live with yourself now. You said that there was like a 2.5 hour ordeal from 8 a.m. to the start of this show. It seemed house related or not. Household
I think it
related
was-
for sure.
I think he was
you're in a-
crafting a text to the mechanic.
I haven't heard back about.
Should we
whether the
call him?
insurance would cover
Did you
that.
send it to
Like,
Pep Boys? Which mechanic did you give it to?
Caliber Collision.
Oh.
They're good.
Are they? I
Yeah.
really need to take
Yeah.
my truck into the shop because it's been falling apart at the seams because people keep bumping into
The
it while
seams. It's funny. No one says that
Uh-oh, it's
about a
going to
car.
play a sound. He's
Ooh,
going to
ah.
play sounds for that.
It is like that is like fucked up. It's so fucking loud.
True. I really tried. I thought we had 33 minutes of good shit, and then the last 6 minutes has been nonsense. Nothing else
question.
going on at the network.
Why don't
Yeah.
you have a mic stand?
I did. I had a mic arm, but it doesn't attach to this table. It attached to my old desk that I had to sell because I don't have the space for it anymore.
Well, there's no possible way to fix that problem, so I guess you just got to hold the mic forever now.
It's kind of a cool. It's kind of a cool look. It's just a surprising choice for someone that like has a comedy podcast network to like, you know, we have mic arms and mic stands. We could let you borrow.
ain't him. You're not that guy. Anya loved it. Everyone, look, guys. Jeff's back. You're a dead double
man.
A.
Empty.
You're a dead double A in Aardvark.
acid.
You're battery acid. What else do I got here? to talk
It's a
about?
prop comic now.
Another
Hey.
battery, which you've already done. No, that's Burt's Bees.
The biggest
thought
battery
this was
we've
a
ever seen.
battery. Oh my god. Everything tubular is energy to you. That's the fucking problem.
That's the problem? Why didn't you hold that up when we were waxing? If you're a prop comic.
It's pretty good, actually.
Wax
Save that for
really.
later.
Nope, because we already did it. We already said it. Here we go. Last couple questions.
Usually there's like different segments and like they're fun.
Yeah. You never do segments when I'm on the show.
He thinks you can't handle it.
I've never gotten to play Jeopardy.
To be honest, I give segments to people who need it. And I'm sorry for assuming that you could carry the show without a segment.
I mean, I think this
I'll
has
stop
been a
doing.
classic
No, I'll stop.
an all-timer.
I'll stop you doing
Maybe
you
the
that
best
service.
episode
I'll
yet.
stop doing you that honor. I'll
I'm
start
just
bringing
saying
you
I
on
like-
for Jeopardy, which I usually do for guests who don't know the show, so that they have a
so
way.
that you can
in.
dox them as efficiently as possible.
Hey, the star of the
Oh.
show is here.
Oh,
Look at the little guy.
underbite, missing 4 teeth. Every other tooth is gone.
He's beautiful.
He's good. He's a good dog. I really.
You couldn't even make a joke. You
I
couldn't
tried
be
to,
mean.
but I can't
Yeah.
because there's no problem that I have. I don't have any problem with Luke. I have all my.
Well, he's been
problems with-
barking the whole time, so I thought if I brought him in here,
No, you
put him
can't hear
into
it.
the microphone.
Can't hear it.
Imagine if you had a problem with his joke.
I have
Would that be-
specific beef with Luke.
What would that be?
He sniffed my crotch in front of a crowd, making it appear like I hadn't showered. And that wasn't
had.
fine with me.
And you
I had. Fucking, how do you think your role helps the company succeed? And then we'll go to
We gotta, just because it's 11, we gotta.
It's only been
Rap.
43 minutes. Fine.
That's
plugs.
a
And we have to-
normal amount of
Plugs.
time.
What do you have going on? Let's fucking get
We've-
this over with.
But
then.
what about all that stuff we have to
Plugs.
cut?
Brad? Fucking, what do you got?
fuck is that?
It's a TikTok song. All right, I'm trying to get younger.
Cool.
You know what TikTok song I really like is the Doja Cat "Paint the Town Red" song.
Doja.
Doja
Beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
And I said what I said. I bet to be famous instead.
Rise.
Yeah.
I feel
Brad,
like
what
the
do you
way
got?
you
What do you wanna point the
pronounce
people to?
Doja, it was
I
like
don't think we're doing plugs yet.
Dozha,
Oh, Docha.
which is not how you pronounce her name. I don't think. Am I wrong?
Oh, he's muted.
I muted him to get through plugs, but then Brad said we aren't plugging. This is the first time I've ever felt like I'm not the one hosting the show. It seems like Brad is, so take it away, Brad.
Okay. Welcome back to the Headgum Podcast.
It's not a radio show, sorry.
The only
1 second,
podcast
Jeff.
on the internet hosted by Geoffrey Jane. Coming up on the show this week, we got don't get any, don't get lost in the dust. It'll be hard to get off you because we got Anya. And then
That's really good.
bringing up the frontal. We've got up here. a little bit about.
Yeah. Good
Let's start it off
energy.
with everyone's favorite segment.
Should we start
Harry
recording?
Potter of the week.
Let's start
We
recording
did
now.
record.
This, of course,
We
is the
did
segment
record an
where
entire episode.
all right, I'm
we
rolling
talk
now.
about who is going
Let's
to
clap
be
sync.
cast as
Oh,
the
that's
new
good.
Harry Potter in the HBO
not slaying.
adaptation of Harry Potter. Amir, who do you have for Potter of the Week?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel
Why?
Day-Lewis.
someone
Soundbite.
older.
Soundbite. Can I
Yes.
connect to my soundboard, actually, Jeff?
Can you?
He has one.
Do I
I
have
don't
access
fucking
to
know.
doing
Do you
that?
have that?
I
Fine.
have a
Yeah.
soundboard for my podcast that I
Okay.
do.
Yeah, you don't do a podcast.
Yeah, it's called
He
Hill
does,
Kings
actually.
Podcast, launching soon.
Why is it not on Headgum?
Because I am
Because
nobody.
we're busy making this show.
Yeah. Well, now that I'm hosting this show, Headgum Podcast, it says I can't do screen sharing.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
end
wonder
it
why
right
that is.
there.
That was a HeadGum original.